Hi everyone. Today is a video segment on raising an entitlement-free child. It's to complement the book and it's to get you familiar with some of the concepts of the book and also to have maybe some reassurance and something to give you quick tips as you're reading the book. So I want to start with the essentials of an entitlement-free child. Now remember, entitlement by my definition, is me, mine, now. It's the anxiety, the panic, the struggle that there won't be enough for everybody. If I try to wait, my needs won't be met. There's panic and fear and stress and frustration and a lot of impatience, which all 2-year-olds have. All 2-year-olds are entitlement people. And some of us grown-ups still have a lot of that 2-year-old still inside of us, which is fine. We are learning the skills to manage that and to delay. And it is true, we live in a very high-pressure entitlement world where we all have a fear of missing out over everything that's not immediately in front of us. But for today, let's focus on the 3 essentials of an entitlement-free family. The first one is to meet the needs of your child as they're growing, changing, and learning. And the reason that's such an important first step is because the entitlement premise is that my needs won't be met. And in the pre-entitlement world, it meant you get what you get and you don't get upset, which I'm not a big fan of. I want children to be seen and heard. I want them to have a voice. I want them to be able to express themselves. And then I want them to know that they are part of a conversation, and just because they're shouting their needs or what they think their needs are loud and clear, it doesn't mean that we all jump through hoops. It means we calmly, patiently listen, problem solve, and find a way to meet their deepest needs, also giving them the skills to ultimately self-manage themselves, delay gratification, defer until a better time, because those are the concepts that are going to teach them that they're part of something bigger than themselves. The second tip is that we have to come with high expectations, because it's the high expectations combined with see me, hear me, love me. I see you, I hear you, I deeply understand what you're feeling and where you are in this moment. But as the parent, as the teacher, as the loving grown-up, our job is to connect the dots to what else they need, to growing, to learning, to stretching, and to accommodating other people's needs, other realities like mom and dad having to go to work, or a new baby sister, brother arriving in the house. So we want to be able to have high expectations, and we want to do that without overprotecting, us over managing their worlds, which means giving them the freedom for confidence and mastery and independence. And so the short version of that, as I like to think about it, is you've got this. I believe in you. And even if you make mistakes along the way, that's worth it, because you will have found your strengths, your style, and how to manage and maneuver in often very complicated ways, whether you're 2, whether you're 6, or whether you're 35. So yes, you've got this. I believe in you, and I've got you. So that when you struggle, when you fail, when things don't go exactly the way you want them to go, and whether you're having a meltdown tantrum or whether you're just stomping your feet like, why didn't that work the way I wanted it to work, I will be here as your parent, your teacher, your loving grown-up to say, and I've got your back. So you've got this and I've got you. And the third essential of entitlement-free parenting is to acknowledge and balance in the needs of all the other family members in the family. Because if you're struggling as a parent, if you are frustrated every morning going out the door, if you are dreading bedtime and mealtime and bath time, whatever those moments in the day that are constantly challenging you and making you dread this, then something's not working. And that means we have to find a better style, a better strategy, a better solution, because your child needs to know that if it only works for them, then they have way too much power, they have way too much control, and they're messing up the happiness of the family. So get our needs on the table too. As a classroom teacher, I have needs and expectations. I need you to acknowledge my rules and sit at the table, even if you don't sit at the table at your own house. But I also have the confidence that with mutual respect, understanding, great communication, that we can have all of our needs met in different ways. It's children first, of course, because they are our loves and they don't have the skills to manage it all themselves, so they do need us. But we also have to let them know they're part of something bigger than themselves. And that is the antidote to the entitlement crisis. Instead of me, mine, now panic, I hear you, I see you, I love you. And even when you're struggling, we're all there to support you. But you are part of something bigger than yourself. And there's comfort, joy, and empathy in that, so that they know they're contributing something very significant to us, to our families, to our schools, and to our world. So that's the tease, the tidbit, the 3 essentials of entitlement-free parenting. Meet the needs of your children where they are, set high expectations so that they can teach, learn, and grow, and move on to things that they didn't know they were capable of, and finally balance in the needs of the other family members and the other grown-ups, friends, even the dog. He counts too. In the future videos for Entitlement-Free Family and Entitlement-Free Child, we will be adding all of the ways that you feel not enough. You don't have to be a psychologist or an educator to understand your child's deepest behavior or to raise happy children and have a happy family. What you need is some strategies that you are smart enough, creative enough, and loving enough. And you know from the podcast, See Me, Hear Me, Love Me, you got this, and you're not alone. And we want to share it with you. Thanks so much.